Well, hello again. Welcome to Play Space Live. I'm Keith Avalone from Play Games. Sam is running the board. Tonight we're talking about PLAAY-Not-Con 2020. I guess, I'm just going to cave in and call it an online virtual convention. It's not really a convention, so to speak, in the technical sense, but it's convention enough. We're going to call it that. PLAAY-Not-Con. Not-Con because it's supposed to be not a convention. We're going to give you a little overview of everything. The idea of this stream tonight is sort of to cast the vision for what we're hoping for 2 weeks from now, a little more than 2 weeks from now, Saturday, 8th of August and the 9th of August, Sunday, the Platinum Day. Primarily tonight we're going to focus on Saturday's activities. We have a separate email update for those of you that are participating in the Sunday activities. So we'll sort of just glance over Sunday. Today we're going to mainly be talking about Saturday's events, which center around the two kind of kingpin events that we have at our convention. First of all, the Historymaker Baseball Time Machine Tournament and the Historymaker Golf Play Gamer Open Golf Tournament. Those will be the kind of the kingpins the linchpins of our one-day convention on Saturday. So we have a timeline of events that's been posted on the Play Games website for a couple weeks now, and not much has changed from that, although there have been a couple of changes. We'll delineate those for you tonight. What should you have done by now to prepare for the convention? Well, nothing, really. There's nothing you need to have done except to have signed up for the PLAAY-Not-Con Facebook group. That's where we're coordinating all the information from. It's kind of a central clearinghouse. As I've explained to people, PLAAY-Not-Con is really more of an online event, kind of a simultaneous coordinated online event where people are playing games offline and reporting the results and kind of building community online. Up until now, the PLAAY-Not-Con Facebook group has been pretty much inactive, and that's been by design. There's really been nothing that we wanted to get rolling too soon. I mean, there's not a lot that has to be done in advance, but we are starting to get to crunch time, 2 weeks out, so let's get this thing on the road. The way I envision this Saturday is 150, 200 guys playing Historymaker baseball all at the same time in different places all over the world, socially distanced, playing their games, enjoying the matchups, being part of the cooperative event, reporting in live. And then we have in the afternoon the same thing happening with golf. We've got 150 to 200 people all playing the same course, all golfing at the same time, and we're compiling the results, and we have like a tournament going on. Again, socially distanced, doing our thing, enjoying the golf and baseball games together, but separately. And interspersed between these two events will be some live webinar streams to kind of break things up and to add a little more depth and interest to the day. So if you have not signed up yet for the PLAAY-Not-Con Facebook group, you should go and do that. The link will be in the description of this video. There is also a link on the Play Games website. If you go to the website, if that's easier, there's a line underneath the game boxes that says sign up for PLAAY-Not-Con. It'll take you to an article which will spread out the timeline for the Not-Con, and then there's a link in there where you can join the PLAAY-Not-Con Facebook group. It does, if the way I understand it, if you are not a member of the Play Games community, you will need to get approval. But I think most people are able to just join without any administrator approval. In any event, we approve those pretty quickly. So just log on if you're able to sign up. Great. If you're not, we'll quickly approve you. Once you're approved, or if you're already approved, go to the PLAAY-Not-Con Facebook page and sign up for your favorite 500 team. This is a little bit different than what we originally had planned. Originally, we were going to have you sign up for the tournament. We would assign you a team, and then on the days leading up to the tournament, you would decide which was your favorite team and which team you would play against that assigned team. We're going to do it a little differently. We're going to reverse that, actually. So you'll go now to the PLAAY-Not-Con Facebook page. You will click the survey link, and you will choose your favorite 500 team. And then we'll build a schedule and assign you your opponent after the fact. We'll collect all of the favorite teams, and then we'll match up opponents against those teams. This will really give us a lot better tournament because we'll be able to balance the teams better. We'll make sure that each team plays roughly the same number of games. So in other words, if everybody chooses the Reds and the Brewers and the Cubs, and nobody's choosing the Rockies and the Pirates, we'll use the Rockies and the Pirates as the opponent teams, and therefore all the teams will get a chance to play. We'll have a nice balanced schedule and standings that are reflective of everybody playing roughly the same number of games. So you'll go to the PLAAY-Not-Con Facebook page, sign up for your favorite 500 team. There's also, even if you're not planning on playing the tournament, it would be helpful for you to sign up and indicate that you're not playing so we can get an idea of how many people are planning on playing. Also part of that same survey is choosing your golfer profile for the golf tournament. And we will talk about that a little bit more here in just a second. Let's kind of stick to the baseball tournament for now. The list of the 36 favorite 500 teams is on the PLAAY-Not-Con Facebook page. It's in the survey, so that won't be an issue. What we did was we created we took a team from each one of the 30 current Major League Baseball franchises and found a team that's roughly 500, within a couple of games of 500. So all the teams in this collection are roughly the same strength. We'll do a little tour of the teams here in just a bit so you can kind of get an idea, show you some of the highlights. You will choose your team. Where was I at on my outline here? Okay, the link. We're going to encourage you to choose your team before we post the cards. The cards will be posted. They're ready. We're still doing some final proofing on them. The cards will be posted in the July Sports Ping, which will actually be coming out a week late this month. Normally, the Sports Ping or the newsletter, whichever happens to be up this month, is released on the final Monday of the month. But this month, we're going to do it on the first Monday of the next month, first Monday of August. That's so that we can kind of coordinate to kind of point everybody towards the Not-Con with all the late information and the links for the teams and the downloads. Rather than have them on Monday the 27th and you got to wait 2 weeks to actually use them, we're just going to bump the newsletter up to Monday the 3rd. So there'll be the baseball teams download and the golf course download, or the golf cards download. All that'll be there, and then you can immediately, that coming weekend, put those into action. So the teams are not available yet, but and I realize some people may want to look over the teams before I choose which team I want. Well, the statistics are available. If you want to look over the statistics, I think most people know which team they'd like to manage. Most people have a favorite franchise, so we would encourage you to go ahead and choose your favorite team. It'll help us in getting a head start on putting the master schedule together. But I mean, if you insist on, if you really want to wait until you see the teams, you can do that. They'll be coming out Monday the 3rd. You'll need to make your choice though quickly, like either Monday or Tuesday, because we're going to post the final master schedule on Wednesday the 5th. I guess that would be. So we will, once we create the master schedule, we'll list everybody by name. We will then list your favorite team and then the team that you will be playing against. And the list will be in alphabetical order so you can find yourself pretty quickly. Each participant will play a 2-game series with their favorite 500 team against the assigned team. Again, check the master schedule, find out which team you're playing. And if each team wins 1 game, then you'll play a 3rd game. So it'll be a 2 or 3 game series for each of the people that participate. What about player usage, pitching limits? We can use the designated hitter, strategy cards. We will include a sheet of ground rules with the favorite 500 cards that will explain all that. We're going to use the same rules that we've used in all of our convention time machine tournaments over the past few years, and these rules work really well. We've had really great success with these rules. They're just common sense rules, and they're pretty simple. So don't stress out about that. We will have all that lined out for you. Couple of questions that we're sort of anticipating people ask. First of all, can I play my games in advance of Saturday? Like if I download the teams on Monday and I get the schedule on Wednesday, can I play my games Thursday? Kind of goes against our stated goal. I mean, the whole reason we're doing this, the whole thing we're trying to accomplish here is to have everybody playing at the same time. So we would, I guess I wouldn't discourage it. I'm just going to not encourage it. if you play your game in advance and report the results on Saturday, nobody's going to be the wiser. So we're not going to disallow your results or have some sort of interrogation. Did you play this game today or not? But we would like. I mean, the whole idea is for everybody to be playing at the same time. Can you sign up for more than one favorite team? In other words, maybe I want to play all week. I'll play 5 or 6 series. No. In the interest of streamlining this event and in fairness to everyone, we want everybody to play 1, 2, or 3 game series to be recorded on Saturday, preferably to be played Saturday morning in that 3-hour window between 9 and noon. How's the tournament going to look online? In other words, what's the visual going to be as this thing is going down? The PLAAY-Not-Con Facebook page right now is set up so that only Sam and I can post new threads on the page. You can't go to that page and post something like an article or a question or anything like that. We're the only ones who can post right now, but anybody can reply to anything that we post. We set it up this way to keep things kind of orderly and streamlined, and because it's easier for us to collect and compile the results in the standings when they're all in one place. We're going to have 2 threads going for game results. This is kind of how it's going to look. One thread will be pinned to the top of the Facebook page. So when you go there to report your game result or just to check in, the first thing you're going to see is the thread that has scores, and we're gonna ask you to post your results in that thread in a very specific, condensed fashion. You'll post the score, and you'll post one highlight of the game. So for example, you might post, Brewers 7, Cubs 3, Robin Yount with a 3-run homer. That'll be all you post in that thread. We'll then be able to look at that, quickly, figure out who won, who lost, enter that into our spreadsheet of standings, and move on to the next score. There should be a number of scores coming in simultaneously. And so we want to keep it clean and simple. Now, that's the first thread. There's going to be a second thread, however, which will be open for game results. And in that thread, you can post anything you want about your series. You can post a picture of your tabletop with the cards spread out. You can post a little video of yourself, narrating the summary. You can get scrub images of baseball cards of the players who starred in your series and put them on the post. You can post whatever you want in that second thread. It can be as long as you want, as involved as you want. But for the sake of keeping records in the standings and doing it cleanly and easily, we want to have that first thread set up with just score, one highlight. And that should be really cool for people who just kind of want to get a sense of what's going on, which teams are winning, which teams are not winning. So 2 threads with scores. And the gameplay period will be 9 till noon Mountain Daylight Time, which is 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. We'll have a short introductory welcome opening stream. I believe on the website it says we're going to start that at 8. We're not going to need an hour for that, so we're going to go ahead and bump that to 8:30. I need to make that change on the website. So it's going to start Saturday morning at 8:30 Mountain Time, which would be 10:30 Eastern Time. There'll be a live stream. We'll stream it on the Facebook page. It'll be just basically, hello, welcome, glad to have you. Set down the ground rules. Any late-breaking announcements or whatever, we'll post those there, and then boom, we'll go off to start playing games and recording them, recording the results. We'll tally up the standings and determine our pennant winners. We'll have an American League winner and a National League winner. It'll be based on winning percentage. Again, the way we're setting this up, each team, whether it's chosen as a favorite or not, should play roughly the same amount of games. And the top 2 teams based on winning percentage, and I'm assuming if we have 100 people playing, I'm not really sure what the participation level will be. We've got right now about 150 people in the group. Not sure that everybody's going to play. Maybe they will. Maybe we'll have more. I don't know. But let's just say 100 for a round figure. So if each if we have 100 people playing, that means each team is going to get played 3 2 or 3 game series. So each team should play 10 or so games, or maybe more, depending on if more people play. So we'll base the standings on winning percentage, and the top 2 teams, the top team in the American League, top team in the National League, will then advance to our championship game, which will be streamed live kind of at the conclusion of the afternoon from the Play Games YouTube channel. I believe we're gonna stream that on the YouTube channel so we can archive it. Is that correct?
Part of that?
The final game, the championship game.
Yeah, we'll do that on YouTube.
So that'll be on YouTube, so it'll be archived and accessible. Okay, so at this point, let's just let me give you a quick tour of the favorite 500 teams. I'm going to go to the table cam here. Just gonna go over some of the highlights here. These are the teams that I've printed them out there. Please forgive any typos or errors you see here. This is not the final version, but it's close. So just some observations. I made a couple of notes as I'm going through this. Got this among the teams, the 64 Twins. Pretty good pitching here. You got Mudcat Grant, Jim Cott, Jim Perry. I mean, all these teams are right around 500, so it's really kind of fascinating. It should be really any team could win the championship because they're all roughly equal. But some have just some really notable strengths or notable personalities. You got the 58 Tigers. Here's the 89 Brewers. 87. I'm not going to go through all these teams. The 87 Royals though have Bo Jackson. Bo knows baseball. He's not a bad. He's an iron fielder, but he's a semi-home run king. It might be fun to play Bo Jackson. So that's on the 87 Royals. The 58 Tigers, pretty impressive batting lineup with Harvey Keene and Al Kaline and a couple of champions and a decent pitching staff. Then we got the 80 A's, which have pretty good card of Ricky Henderson. It's semi-prospect. He's gold, double active. A decent supporting cast for him. Got the 90 Rangers with Rafael Palmeiro from the steroid era. 64 Angels. The 93 Mariners have a pretty good card of Ken Griffey Jr., semi-champion, slugger, and semi-home run king, and semi-patient. So they are an interesting choice. Then we go to the National League. We've got Houston carded with the National League, although they are, of course, in the American League. We got the 69 Astros here. Then we've got 71 Braves feature Hank Aaron, who is semi-champion, slugger, and home run king. So that might be fun to put on your tabletop. 71 Braves. Got the 2005 Washington Nationals. We have 6 teams that are have duplicate franchises. There's all 30 of them of the current major league teams are represented with a 500 edition of their franchise. We have 6 additional franchises, which I'll go over here at the end. And so we've got Washington, the Washington Nationals, Washington of the National League. We also have Washington of the American League in our vintage collection, the 53 Senators. We'll get to them in a second. Here's the Amazing Mets. Yes, they were just over 500, but you get that great card of Tom Seaver, although it is semi-gilded, Jerry Koosman. But yes, the Amazing Mets are in this collection. I imagine they'll be a pretty popular choice. Great pitching from the 67 Phillies with Jim Bunning. We've got the option to play the 56 Cardinals with Stan Musial. That would be fun. The 71 Reds, it's hard to imagine that they were a 500 team. I mean, just looking at the names on the cards, the Big Red Machine, Pete Rose, Tony Perez, Johnny Bench, Lee May, George Foster, Bernie Carbo. But yes, this is a 500 team, a pretty good one at that. Although, if you look closely at the cards, Pete Rose, semi-hero. Oh, okay. Johnny Bench, semi-utility. So, I mean, it's not their greatest seasons, but it's a pretty great, pretty legendary team. Got the Pirates from 73. Here's a fan favorite. This was the 93 Dodgers were actually suggested by Eric Holdway, who came up with the idea for this, by the way, of having, a 500 team tournament for the Time Machine tournament, and he suggested the 93 Dodgers. So here they are with a fabulous card of Mike Piazza. And a lot of other, really good name players. Just quickly going through the rest of these. There's the 83 Giants. The 97 Rockies. I imagine the Rockies are going to be the opposing team. They've got some pretty good hitting. I mean, look at this. Hero, semi-hero, hero. But they're pitching. Struggler, workman, struggler, semi-struggler. So, yeah, they've got a problem with their pitching, the 97 Rockies. The 83 Padres are an interesting team. I think they'd be fun to play. You got Tony Gwynn, Rupert Jones, Steve Garvey playing with the Padres. So it's an interesting team as well. 77 Cubs, of course. A couple of people have already suggested they're going to play those. And then we get to the vintage teams. So we get the St. Louis Browns. We got St. Louis National League. Here's St. Louis American League with the Browns from 1924. Pretty shoddy pitching, pretty awesome batting. We got the Brooklyn Dodgers. You know, it's hard to find a 500 team for the Brooklyn Dodgers. They were a pretty consistently great franchise. This is one of the few seasons. The 26 Brooklyn Dodgers. Then we got the 52 Philadelphia A's. So yeah, you get Philadelphia National Philadelphia N with the Phillies and the Philadelphia A with the Athletics. You got Robin Roberts and Jim Costandi. Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, I think I might have the wrong. Well, I told you we're proofing these. 53 Senators, and that's pretty much it. So that's kind of a tour of the teams. It's interesting because each of the teams has some strengths. Some of them have some really great star players, but they're all right around the same ability. So it's really kind of is anything goes. And with so many games you play, I mean, normally in our time machine tournaments we're playing a couple of games, and then you're moving on to the quarterfinals. We're going to be playing significantly more games for these teams, and I think it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. I imagine we'll have quite a few teams that are kind of clustered together, and I'm excited about how it's going to turn out. So after the Time Machine tournament, which should end right around noon, we'll have our first live stream webinar, a do-it-yourself game mods webinar with special guest Al Wilson, Travis Jansen, and Bob Hansen. They'll each be talking about game bling. Specifically, like game mats and 3D printing and card making and tokens and all the game bling that we like to add to our tabletop experience. And they'll be, they're kind of known in the community as kind of being the front runners in that kind of stuff, and so they'll give us their thoughts and how to make it more accessible to everybody. Where you might start if you want to get a 3D printer or if you want to learn how to design cards. Should be a really interesting seminar. Run about an hour. Be really fun, be really innovative. That'll start at noon Mountain Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And we will stream this from the Play Games YouTube channel as well, so it can be archived for viewing and easily found. Now, the second segment of the Not-Con will be the Historymaker Golf Play Gamer Open, which will be really fun. I'm 100% sure that people are really going to enjoy this. We've created a very special golf course just for this event. We're going to reveal the course next Thursday on the show, on the Play Space, and we'll give you a tour of the course and let you look at the golfer cards as well. I think you'll really be excited about it as I am. Both the course cards and the golfer cards will go live Monday the 3rd in the news ping, so we'll give you a sneak preview on Thursday the 30th. Links will be posted also, by the way, on the PLAAY-Not-Con Facebook page. For both the golfers and the courses. I'm not going to talk too much about the courses. We'll save that for next week. You'll play, and actually the golf tournament is way more simple than the baseball tournament because basically it's, everybody gets the course, you print them off, and you're going to play your 2 rounds on the course. It's like everybody's going to play. It's going to be socially distanced. We're going to be playing our 2 rounds by ourselves on the course in complete safety and health. And then we'll report our results, and the top scorers will be our playoff participants. So it's significantly simpler than the Time Machine tournament. You'll download your course, you'll play your 2 rounds, you'll keep score, and you'll report your score on the Facebook page, just like we did with the baseball. There'll be a specific abbreviated score portion for you just to post your score and maybe a highlight, and then a second thread where you can post pictures or talk about your experience. And we'll compile all that, add up the standings, and then we will have our playoff holes, our sudden death playoffs, if necessary, after our final stream of the day, which will be a one-on-one with game designer Mike Fitzgerald. Backtracking just a second back to the tournament. We've allotted 2 hours for the tournament from 1 to 3 Mountain Time, which would be 3 to 5 Eastern Time. However, it's not going to take you 2 hours to play 2 rounds on this course. Probably more like 30 to 40 minutes. It's just going to be you playing by yourself. So the remainder of the time would be you go grab something to eat, maybe hang out in one of the we just discovered Facebook message rooms. Where you can hang out and visit with people. We're going to try to encourage that if we can. But we've blocked out 2 hours. It's really only going to take about 40 minutes, and the rest of the time will be yours. Then we go to our second webinar, which is a one-on-one with game designer Mike Fitzgerald. Just talked with Mike this morning. He's very excited about this. Should be really fun, really informative. Mike is kind of a big cheese. He's kind of a big deal in the board game industry. He's developed over the years many really successful worldwide. We're talking worldwide successful, board games and card games, and he's also that rare intersection of highly noted, game designer and highly interested sports table gamer. You talk to a lot of people who design games in the regular board game world, and you ask them about sports games, it's like they could care less about sports. Or if they do like sports, it's like they're not going to play sports games. They might watch sports, but they're not going to play them. So it's kind of rare, really, to find somebody who's as noted as Mike is in the regular board game world who also has a strong affinity for sports board games. So he's developed a couple of sports-themed titles, which are not Sims, but they're like deck building games, like Baseball Highlights 2045. So he'll talk about that. He'll talk about his experiences with in the real board game world, and also his experiences in the sports game world. And I think it'll be really a fun hour. Then after that, and again, this will be streamed from the YouTube channel, so we can archive it later and you can watch it in case you missed the convention. Then we'll have our Big Finish stream. That's another live stream starting at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. That's where we'll play the playoff holes for the golf tournament, if necessary. The way I'm anticipating that with as many golfers as we're going to have, we'll probably have a tie for the lead. If that's not the case, we'll just crown our champion. If there's a tie for the lead, we'll go to playoff holes and we'll play those out live here on the tabletop. Then the Time Machine Tournament Championship game will be streamed immediately. Follow that. We'll stream that in its entirety to kind of wrap up the game part of it. Then our closing ceremonies at the end of the Time Machine Tournament Championship game, and we'll have some prizes to give away also. So you'll want to hang around for that. I think we're going to. I won't reveal the prizes. We'll leave that. You got to save some surprises. But we will have prizes. What? Should I not? Should I?
No, I don't know. People have seen the swag bags, I think. People have been posting about it on Facebook, so there's no mystery there.
Okay, well, we got a couple of the extra play sponsor play mats. We're gonna give those away. We also picked up a couple copies of the Robert Coover book, Universal Baseball Association, because that's kind of, Historymaker Baseball sort of parallels that thinking. It was kind of formative for me in designing Historymaker Baseball. So we got a couple. If you've never read it, it's a fascinating read. I've read it twice. Most people in the hobby have either heard of it or read it. We'll give a couple of copies of that away, and we'll have some other prizes as well. So at the very end of the day, Saturday, we'll hang around. We'll do some contests. We'll probably do some sort of a number pick sort of thing, or a high-low game or something. It'll be something interactive, and should be fun. That's how we'll wrap it up. So that is it. Really excited about it. A little bit nervous. We're trying our best to account for every eventuality. The technology is not, as you know, is not always dependable. I think we're pretty comfortable with the Facebook interface. It's pretty fail-proof. But it's just this is kind of a whole new frontier. But we figured we could either sit around and sort of shrug our shoulders and not do anything and just say, well, it's too bad we can't have our convention this year. Or we can try to do something and make it as fun as we can. I think this is really going to be fun. I hope you'll be a part of it. And appreciate your patience. I'm asking for in advance for the times that we kind of foul up and the missteps that we might have. who knows, if it goes really well, we may make this an annual event as well. Because one thing is for sure, we had a great crowd scheduled for our in-person convention here in Denver, but we have probably 3 times as many people for the Not-Con who signed up just signed up for the Platinum package, the second day. So in that sense, it's kind of cool to be able to do something virtual. It certainly opens up the experience to more people, and that's neat. So if we can make it fun and make it something memorable, then that's a win. So thanks for sitting and watching this with us. If you have any questions, you can send us an email, info@play.com, or you can post something here in the comments section here. Please do take the survey, the participation survey. Get signed up on the PLAAY-Not-Con Facebook group. Take the survey, pick your team, pick your golfer, and watch your email box if you're a Platinum member for the latest update on the Sunday activities, which are also coming together. That's it for tonight. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for being part of the Play Games community. We'll see you again soon.